sees a light coming his way, he knows that.
Yeah, absolutely, I
But
suppose.
anywhere in the tree country, he just races up the window and just climbs into the first car.
The sheep's first real feel of wood.
How are you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good, very good. Great day.
Yeah.
building.
On the other side,
We're using a line of products called Eco House paint.
yeah.
And we have 3 different products on the go. This is the primer coat that you're seeing here, and it just has a small amount of the paint pigment in it, which gives it this sort of raspberry red color. And it's immediately absorbed into the plaster wall and seals the wall. And then if you want to come over here, this pillar's been painted with the second coat. It's called quartz guard, and they're all silicate. They're called dispersion paints, and they're made of potassium silicate, which is an all-natural material that's just mined to use in a paint product. And then they use different pigments, natural pigments, to give it color.
Now, will it change with the sun?
No, they've been using the potassium silicate paints in Europe for hundreds of years. All of those like Tudor houses, you know, where they have the wood frame and the whitewash. Those are potassium silicate paints, and they've been around using them for hundreds of years. They say like you may need to repaint this like 50 years from now.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's got a really good long life. So there's one more coat to go over the top of this, and it's a glazing coat. So it.
So what are you putting on?
We're just talking about that. The glazing coat we will not. The trim will be done in called orangewood, and again it's all natural like plants and herbs that have been sort of mixed together, and it actually sort of rusts. In you add it to water, it comes to the dry mix, and it sort of rusts, and then when you paint it on the wood, it just helps preserve the wood, and it gives it a nice gray color, and that does it.
This is hard on your clothes, isn't it?
Yeah, these are all thrift store. We've been frequenting the thrift store for paint.
Oh, that's good.
No, he's taking pictures. I want to get over there.
Oh, he's getting the picture.
No, I'm not in them. Last thing I want is...
So we use a lot of plants. So there's
I've got a curious need.
straw that's kind of soaked before it goes in the roll.
What stops it from burning?
Oh, nothing. It just burns like that instantly. Anybody lights it?
Is this building caught on fire?
Yeah. It doesn't. Well, it's got a really, really high fire rating because the
That's what I
straw is it's too densely compacted to sort of support combustion.
And there's nothing sprayed on it that would make it fire retardant.
Well, we've got 1.5 inches of plaster on the inside and the outside, so it's not open to flame. Yeah.
My curiosity.
Yeah.
Because straw, if you took a pile of straw and lit a match to it,
Yeah, but if you think about that, if you took a phone book and threw it on a fire, it doesn't burn.
it melts.
Well, it just smolders because there's not enough air between the pages
Oh, right.
to let them light
it
on
won't
fire.
burn.
So the bale works the same way. So loose straw burns fast, but a packed bale doesn't.
Same as what your phone book
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting here.
So do you finish the inside walls the same as you did the outside walls?
Similar, yeah, it's the same material, just inside we're actually not going to. We're going to do a little patch, the darker patch on the wall over there.
Yes.
That's our finished plaster, and we're just going to leave it natural once we...
So your mom had.
This is in a canteen outside. This is sort of like just a backstage performer's room, and then that was converted for chairs and stage risers and stuff, so they can set the inside up however they want.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Stage shows like Sterling.
Yeah, I think music, theater, like readings by authors, dance. Yeah, yeah.
Some people thought because it's an art center, that it's art, you know, like paintings.
No, it's sort of performing. Yeah.
Because it wasn't there before.
No.
Now the floor is planks and then there's more.
Yeah, and then it's gonna have a wooden floor.
What kind of wood are you going to use?
Using maple.
That's a hard one, isn't it?
Yeah.
What's the heat?
The heat is geothermal, so a ground source heat pump, and then it's through a radiant floor system under all the floors.
So they're already installed underground?
Yeah, I'll show you it's the heat. So the geothermal, the ground source heat pump comes up in there, and then the heated water gets distributed through a radiant floor system that's also based in that room.
In that room there, thank you. What you doing?
Cordwood! Building a cordwood wall.
Oh, that's the wall. What is this room?
Room. So, part change room, part hangout room,
Part electrical room.
part electrical room.
Allie, where should I jump in? Dealing with some paperwork, so.
Yeah, and the washroom. That's cool. Thanks, Steve.
Done me bucket. Are they all done?
Yeah, they did the first one late, so
That's perfect. Yeah.
What are you up to?
Well, I'm going to work on my floors in here. I'm going to do some grouting of the tiles that were laying the last couple of days. And I'm doing some painting outside.
Let's take a look at that.
The painting? Or the tiles? So this is the cafe as it's going to be. I'll be countering now. In the last couple of days I've been laying tile. See the tile?
Oh, very good, yeah.
So the tile's completely set now. I'll be doing the grouting between the tiles. Yeah.
This is the cafe, is it?
Well, in here will be the service window, so that people could get coffees and snacks handed out to them through the service window from the amazing coffee cafe here. And then this area here is the washrooms for the building. And then this gentleman is standing in the hallway. This wall will be finished, but you're basically looking through the wall into the hallway. And behind him are some washrooms. For all the pipes, the red and blue pipes and drains. Not because the fixtures aren't in place yet.
They're to carry the heat water out there.
No, this is all just water and drainage, hot and cold water.
Oh, hot and cold water.
Hot and cold water and drainage. Set. They're not so this is just filling the spaces.
So Phil, I'll just say you're doing the tile.
Yep. Yeah, actually all
All
the
of them.
building.
Good heaven.
So there's a lot of different floors. I could show you these other rooms if you want to take a look. Earth. And the flooring is done out of that material as well. And this room back here will be the green room, and like a performer's backstage room. And it's an earthen floor, so it's an earthen clay floor. And we mix the earthen plaster with rice paste, actually made from rice flour, and it makes it really, really hard. So you can walk on it. And once it's dry, but it takes a couple weeks to cure. It's not quite done yet, but it's beautiful, beautiful finish actually.
Well, thanks, Phil.
Thanks.
Do you paint it or just leave it natural?
And we'll get a few treatments of oil and wax as a finish.
This will be a hardwood floor.
Yeah, this is maple, and the whole main space will be the maple. So we sourced FSC lumber floor, which is Forest Stewardship Council, and they have a sustainable harvesting and production of wood products. And Muskoka Flooring Company gave us a good price on it.
Well, thanks, Phil. I'll come back when you're further done.
Okay.
You get a chance to scout about and see the rest of the
I've just been back and forth between Toronto and Ottawa a couple of times now, and into Sandbanks and Carlo. Lots of swimming in the Black River in Canada. So yeah, it's pretty close to the area, but that's nice. And are you from Madoc?
Yes, yes.
That's part of the new splash pad that houses all of the pumps and gear that will be part of
heating or cooling.
I don't know that it's going to be heated because I think it'll just be a summer thing. But the splash pad, you've heard about the splash pad, have you? Yeah, big deal. It's going to be the best thing that's hit the city or town for the kids. Well, maybe state first, but that's from the site. When we dug for the geothermal, we set all the clay aside. So building the plaster is actually mostly our own materials. But got that one brought in, and of course the gravel brought in.
What's all the stonework? Just to raise the stage?
Yes. This will be the raised stage area. And so then, you can sit out in the grass and the farmers.
An outdoor stage.
Yeah. Kayla's over there making the plaster now.
Putting that to knowing how much each ingredient to put into it.
Yeah, we've been, you just keep playing with it, and some days it's better than others, and some people pick up the knack much quicker than others. And so there's some people who are really good plaster makers, and others that don't really pick it up so fast. But we've got a basic recipe now that we all follow. And there are different plasters too, like from the difference between the one that we've been using on the outside to the one we've been using on the inside. Like we've got hemp straw on the one on the outside, but we've got beet straw to use on the one on the inside because it's got a nicer kind of golden color to it. And,
okay.
Yeah, and so it's a lot of little sort of intricacies of it that you don't notice. No one will notice, but we'll know how much thought went into it.
Exactly.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I'm Annabelle.
I'm Eileen.
Eileen, nice to meet you. And
Terry.
Terry.